I'm Dan West, the President of the Chamber of Commerce, and this Livonia Industrial Council is a partnership with the Society of Manufacturing Engineers. And it's really simple. From the Chamber perspective, we're providing networking, and from the SME perspective, they're providing business intelligence. And these are quarterly meetings. It's a program that's evolving, and I'm really happy to see the turnout on a busy summer morning today. We're here to provide some information today as it pertains to manufacturing, but also at the same time, start a discussion, or continue a discussion, I should say, on workforce development. And for the manufacturers and the other industries in the room, we have about a half dozen, 7 or 8 colleges in the room. And they're here to listen to what your needs are and listen to specifically what you folks can use in the forms of workforce development. What skill sets you're looking for, what types of training you're looking to develop to improve upon your operation.
As Dan mentioned, our second meeting. I think our first meeting was very productive, that we got the manufacturers in this area together, and we just had kind of an open forum discussion on what are the challenges that we're facing as businesses in the manufacturing sector, and what are the opportunities that we'd like to see further explored. And very quickly to the top of the list became workforce development.
Thanks, Dan. Just trying to make this quick, and I know workforce development is a key issue we're dealing with right now, and it couldn't be better timing, because as I travel around the city of Livonia and visit with businesses, this is something that I hear about on a very regular basis. Head shaking, I see Chuck, and these are discussions I've had with him as well as with a number of companies, and I'll try to give you some good news today relative to what's happening. For those of you who kind of track vacancy rates around the city, we've seen this up and down for the last quarter or two. It's been rather erratic. Good news is there's an uptick right now. We're seeing a net positive absorption rate. Our vacancy rate is holding relatively steady at about the 11% range, and it depends on how you measure that. Again, it could be higher depending on how you look at the available space, but we've seen some recent activity that is significant. This involves both the industrial component as well as commercial component. I'll stick with the industrial, and this is not just on automotive related businesses. We're seeing quite a bit of expansion in non-automotive industries. One is Helm. I don't know if you've heard of this company, but they're based out of Highland Park currently. They are second generation family-owned business, maybe even third, as so many of these companies are. Helm is moving a significant portion of its business into a facility on Plymouth Road. This is a building that was previously occupied by McKesson. It's about 150,000 square feet. And Helm provides fulfillment services. They basically do warehousing and distribution and fulfill orders for a number of national companies. But this is significant. And they're going to be bringing. They expect with the relocation that they're going to see quite a bit of drop off in their employee base with that move. So they will be looking to do some hiring. Another company, 4M Industries. This may be a name familiar to some. Again, it's a second generation company. They're located at 35300 Glendale. They specialize basically in manufacturing of aerospace and medical industry. They're in a pretty fast-paced growth period right now. I think they indicated to me that in about 2003 they had about 30 employees. Well, they're up to 80, and they're looking to invest about $2.5 million, about $1 million in the next year or two, and expanding their ranks by about 20 to 25 people. They've recently secured a new building, so we're going to be working with them on some tax incentives. Delta Gear, name again familiar to many of you. They recently acquired another building. This is one right next to their facility on Capitol Street. This actually has an address on Mayfield. It was a building that was occupied by Acumatic. They're going to need to do considerable renovation to this building, so we'll be working with Delta Gear on fixing that building up. Leapers is a company that I mentioned to you, I think, at the previous meeting. This is a company currently on Capitol They just acquired another building. They basically manufacture sporting goods and other security equipment. They are in the process of investing about $2.5 million, not only in real property improvements to the building that they just acquired on capital, but also on machinery and equipment. This company is exciting. The mayor has visited the company as well as a number of council members, and we're really excited about the growth opportunities with Leapers. And then lastly, I'll just mention Highball. You've seen that sign probably around Schoolcraft and Inkster. They specialize in cold form and precision machine parts for a variety of applications. Well, I just received an application from Highball. They're ready right now to invest about $2 million in new machinery and equipment in their Livonia facilities, hire about 25 people. So these are all exciting things happening. I can report you with some others. There's some major land issues or parcels that are in play right now involving our commercial sector, and hopefully we'll be able to make some announcements. I think many of you have heard recently about the Coles moving in at Livonia Marketplace. There are other big names that are looking at the city, and hopefully we'll be able to make an announcement in the next month or two. Thank you.